Hey guys, coldbrew here. Welcome back to another video. Big news today, as it is a Monday, and they really give us some big information about the upcoming patch. We already have been testing it on the test server, so we do know what's up, but obviously we were under embargo. Now that we're free to discuss it, basically we'll go over the news announcement. There's going to be also a progressive chance for summoning during Tuesday and Wednesday, and also an extra legendary event through ancient shards. So having that in mind, summoning through ancient shards might get you possibly the 15x progressive champion that is featured either on Tuesday or Wednesday. You'll choose your day on when to summon. I'll go over quickly the champions that are available and my thoughts on who is going to be the most important one for your account out there. If you're somebody who is basically new to the game and doesn't have this champion, Sun Wukong will be offered through ancient shards and is amazing. But I think even new accounts now have the Sun Wukong code. So basically every player out there has this champion unless somehow they don't. But this is an amazing champion. This passive is the most insane passive in the game, in the idea of reviving a damage dealer when 3 turns are taken with 100% terminate and 100% health. Makes Sun Wukong such a crazy threat, especially when they're built out right for his A2 to basically just eliminate the opposition. You just hit one champion, ignore 50% of their defense, and also doing surplus damage, which is insane, can also ignore defense, and it does insane amount of damage. You can completely wipe out a whole enemy team with just this A2, which is not an AoE attack, but it becomes an AoE attack once you kill an enemy. And if you don't, if the target survives, you place a sheep on them for 1 turn, and this debuff cannot be blocked. Quite an insane skill set. He also has the ability to apply block buffs and steal buffs from enemies before attacking, making him quite the champion. So happy that this champion is in the game, but I'm also so angry because when I face him, sometimes he just completely wipes out my team. So I would say this one for guys who are all about PvP is the one on Tuesday. He's going to be offered on. Obviously through Sacreds and Primals as well, but the 15x progressive also works on Ancients. We also have Lady Kimmy offered up. I would say she's not even in discussion why she should be chosen for the 15x. She's got some good skills applying, can apply a block buffs, increase speed, increase accuracy to your team, can also apply decrease accuracy, decrease speed to the enemies as an AoE, but really we've passed through on this kind of champion being as good for many areas of the game. She can be useful for the Chimera, I guess, because of her ability to apply decreased speed, decreased accuracy, block buffs, increase speed, increase accuracy, helps you with getting more trials done, but she gives no damage. Okay, no damage other than those buffs and debuffs, which many champions do these kind of debuffs. Not all of them, but they do them. Next one up is going to be Feral. Feral, I do think, is more for players out there who want to get their damage numbers up for the Hydra and the Chimera. Amazing champion. If you're somebody looking to push your damage out there, go for this guy. He's insane. I do have him. This passive is out of this world with a 20% damage boost when there's 4 or more buffs on everybody, and it's not his own buffs, it's all buffs available. So boosts resistance, boosts accuracy, boosts their damage dealt, and is just insane. This, by the way, didn't used to be a single target, single champion only. You used to see teams with 3 Ferals in there just doing crazy things in dungeons. But this A2 is great, decrease accuracy and block buffs. Then an A3 that increases resistance and applies a perfect veil, helps a ton for the Hydra and also for some trials on the Chimera, making this guy a necessity for the end game teams. So I would go for this guy for PvE stuff. Then we also have Bells, the Beckoner. I think he's an orc, right? I do have Bells. He was a guaranteed through, what was it? Was it a Deck of Fate? Can't remember. I do have this guy, but I wouldn't go crazy about this guy. He's just an AoE damage dealer, HP based. Not so crazy about this guy. Again, I like that he's available in the pool of champions, but no chance I would go on a 15x trying to get this guy. Next one up is King Kalgobar. Honestly, a good champion overall as a support, but again, I wouldn't go out of my way to try and summon for this guy with the 15x going on. There is a progressive. I would say again, Wukong or Feral are your bets here. If you have both of them, better save your shards, honestly, than rather going for another champion that will add something to your team. There is potential for this guy to be great, but again, I wouldn't go out of my way to summon for this guy. I would just hope for the best in a random summoning session rather than just going out of my way, pulling hundreds of ancients, try to pick up on this guy. We also have progressive for voids. There's 3 voids available here, and I'll go over them right now. We do have Lady Noelle. For some reason, she's offered here. We just had her available, but they're offering her through a summoning. I think for players out there who want to get a +4 on her, but that's an insane amount of voids to go for to pick on a champion. She's got an amazing freeze that she can apply. I think there's a bug also going on with her. She has an ability to apply a heal to the whole team and also to remove sheep debuff. Works very, very well. And then if there's Sir Nicholas also in the team, activates his goodwill skill. And then we also have Supreme Galek offered here. Supreme Galek is crazy good for the Hydra, I would say, because of his ability to instantly activate HP burns, his ability to apply HP burns and block buffs. So making him a very good champion in there for just ramping up your damage. Plus he is a damage dealer, attack based, so you can get your damage going. Again, I wouldn't go out of my way to summon any of these two because we also have Fady offered through here. So Fady, let me see. Fady is a new champion very recently added into the game for the Lizards. Does very well for the Hydra. Has the ability to apply increased resistance and perfect veil, plus reduce the cooldowns of all ally active skills. Okay, an AoE like that, plus the addition of the increased resistance, perfect veil. Also has the ability to remove buffs, block buffs, decrease speed on enemies, and Terminator boost, plus the AoE heal, plus the Terminator feel, plus this passive where Fady basically adjusts the Terminator feel effects and how they perform on allies under these debuffs. And also whenever a sleep debuff is removed, sheep debuff is removed, heals that ally. So it makes for a good champion for possible PvP situations, but he's mostly used in PvE stuff, and I've seen this champion mostly in Hydra teams. So from the 3, I would see players summoning for this one. But again, there's a 1+1 on Ancient, so I would go for that instead, instead of summoning my Voids, and wait for something else on Voids. Then on Wednesday, we'll have different summons with Padrake being offered. This champion is so good. What I like about this champion is not his ally attack skill, which is great. Many champions have this. It's not his Terminator boost plus cleanse plus increased speed. It's not that. It's this passive that just passively applies increased attack, increased defense, increased accuracy on supports, and a shield on your allies every time he takes a turn. So basically, you don't need a buffer for your team. He is the buffer. And he's so good because he does that. You usually have him go first and works very well for multiple teams. You'll see a Grand Oak Padrake many times for teams for the Fire Knight. He works so well. So he could be a choice for you guys. We also have Stock the Broken available. I think Stock the Broken was very recently added into the game. So seeing him, let me see if I can find him. Stock the Broken. I think he's Ogren Tribes, right? There he is. Stock the Broken has the ability to activate poisons and HP burns, but he does not apply them himself. He does not apply HP burn himself, which is something that makes him fall off a little bit comparing him to other champions. But again, he has the ability to activate, and he can also place 3 poisons instead of 2 and a weaken debuff if there's an HP burn going on already. So you combine him with an HP burn champion and you'll do very well in terms of activations and just plowing through dungeons very fast in terms of the waves. Both activators, let's say, they go together. He works very well with Artak, I believe. I think I've seen a video on him, so it works very well. We also have Elva offered on through the Ancients. Elva, I think she is a fantastic champion. I use her in the Chimera. Works very well because of the cleanse, the block debuffs that she applies. Can also revive and also apply continuous heal on your allies. These allows her to be a very solid support, very solid support, and helps a ton because she also has an aura that works in the Chimera. So she can be also a possible choice if you're somebody looking for some key puzzle pieces for your Chimera teams. And then we have Wither the Crowned and Lady of Erith. So a Lady of Erith, I would say that she's a good support. She does have a basically a cleanse here and a block damage buff, and also the ability to apply strengthen and continuous heal buff on all allies, plus decrease the cooldown of all ally skills. So a good kit. But again, I wouldn't go out of my way to summon. And also with Wither, Wither is a great champion in what she provides. But again, I wouldn't go out of my way. She's a great champion that can apply tons of continuous heal buffs and then instantly activate them. I wonder how good she works with Senna. Now thinking about this. But she works very well, I would say, in terms of being a good support for PvP stuff and also PvE. I guess if you think about it, just having continuous heal and a good cleanser in your team, she's it. She's it. And then talking about Senna, she is offered on Voids. So I might do some summons on Voids. I have like, what, 10 Voids? Might do them on this account and see how that goes. But Senna works very well. Her ability to provide turn meter when continuous heal buffs activate is insane because it's on every single one of your allies. And I've seen teams on the Chimera reach close to the limit of turns. So quite insane because of the combination on continuous heal. I think it was a team with Senna and Opardine that does that. So having that in mind, quite an insane combo. She also has the ability to revive. So that's why she works very well for the Chimera because against the Ram form, you basically kill your champions there unless it's some very specific team that you're running. But Senna, amazing champion as a Void with the addition of Chimera. We also have Sir Nicholas here offered, but you can get Sir Nicholas, guys, from the token shop. So don't go summoning for Sir Nick. He works great with Lady Noelle, but don't go summoning for Sir Nick. And then finally we have Raka. Okay, what can I say about Raka? Let's see. Raka is a Void champion. Some people called her like the Void Duchess. She's not a Void Duchess. Okay, she can revive champions. She can apply block debuffs. Can also cleanse, increase attack and a shield, and can also heal the ally with the lowest health. But it's not that. It's not that. Go and try and summon for Senna if you want to pull Voids for some whatever reason, but don't go out of your way to summon for Raka. So that is the summoning sessions that we'll have going on Tuesday and Wednesday. The 1+1 is great, but how many ancients do I have on this account? 13 Voids and 28 ancients. Not even gonna try and summon. Only 7,000 gems. Not even gonna attempt this, guys. I don't think with ancients, but it is what it is. So let's have a look at the patch notes, guys. I want to go over something very specific. So Hydra quick battles are coming into the game, and what it is going to come is it's basically once unlocked. So once you're able to one key the highest difficulty, you'll have a total of 5 quick battles available per weekly Hydra cycles. So overall, not 5 per difficulty. So you'll be able to use those in an attempt to get the maximum damage possible for your team. And if you can't do that with the 5 quick battles, you'll run out of quick battle keys. I don't like this in the sense of sometimes there's a lot of RNG happening, which they say they have fixed for some specific champions. They made some AI improvements, but I don't really trust them. I believe they did this because it just takes up a lot of resources for the quick battles to perform. And they even say it might take up to several minutes and the number of turns, depending on the number of turns your team survives. So if your team survives to 1,000 turns, it might take minutes for this background auto mode to happen, which is, I find, very weird. But anyhow, the way that they could have done this probably could have been different. But anyhow, it is still coming to the game. It's going to add a way for us to just have quicker Hydra battles, especially if you're running maximum keys, maximum damage keys. Then the quick battles are going to be great. If you know your team can survive the 1,000 turns, no doubt, then this works great for you. So additional chance for us to have, you know, something that reduces the time we spend in the game. But again, only limited to 5 quick battles. So if your team dies sometimes and you need to have like a semi-auto kind of battle where you keep an eye on which champions are attacking where. I don't know with the AI changes if that helps. This might not be it for you, but it's still going to help a lot of players, especially players who don't care about doing insane amounts of damage. You want to get their one key and be done with it. This is going to help them a ton, just saving time. So campaign super raids are added. You can just, it's normal like super raids we have in dungeons. double the energy, double the rewards, double the experience. Okay, works great. This should have been added when super rates were out, honestly. Then clan level increase and clan relics. This is huge because we're gonna have a new clan group of relics. So 2 new rare, 2 new epic, 2 new legendary, and 2 new mythical relics are coming. I'll be covering those in a separate video and seeing which one would be the ideal one to get. But of course, there's gonna be relic crafting materials to get those. It's not guaranteed. But I do like the fact that they're gonna be adding new goodies which involve rank 1 to 3 basalts. The rank 3 basalts are so good, should be so good. Gemstone boxes that contain a random gemstone. Imagine you're just getting a mythic gemstone out of this one. Hopefully it's included, but this is just all good. Fantastic addition to the patch. And then miscellaneous changes that have happened, like adding the champion names and factions to the soul collection. I wish they added also the search function in there. They might not have, I can't remember. So 20 champions have their AI adjusted, so they don't say which champions have that AI adjusted. I don't understand that. Hopefully all the ally attack champions at least. Another change they'll implement is making sure that when a champion skill states that they're immune to certain debuffs or effects, that they're truly immune. So if another skill states that they will place guaranteed debuffs, or ignore a portion of the target's resistance, or ignore block debuffs buffs, it will still not bypass immunity. So that is very interesting that they've added into the game, making basically the immunity like a truly immunity to debuffs. So new option to hide faction guardians will be added to the champion filter. Tapping the champion's battle on the team selection screen in Doom Tower will take you to the champion's window, and champion filter is already active. Okay, interesting. New avatar frames will be added to the game, whatever. Event tab UI will be updated to highlight the rewards you can expect in events and tournaments. Okay with that. Yeah, miscellaneous, great. The biggest thing here is I think the clan stuff, the clan relics, just adds the ability to get the clan relics. It's just, I think great. The basalts are really needed. Gemstone boxes also great. A way for us to spend our coins basically. Once you've started just buying everything, you run out of stuff to buy. And then a good rebalancing of Constantine is happening, where he's going to be great in terms of damage and ignoring defense. It's just amazing because if you've got leech, decrease defense, and block actives on a target at the same time, which is not easy to do, he'll ignore 75% of their defense. Very, very, very nice because it's a double hitting AoE attack. So that's huge. And then Ultana of the Shell is also getting a change, which I find cool, but I don't think it's going to change him as much if you compare the two. But one is void, one is a non-void. Overall, fantastic patch because of the Hydra quick battles. But I would love to see even more AI changes to champions, because I'm sure they've skipped a few for the Hydra, and also more things that help us reduce the time spent in the game, because there's still some things that I find very, very annoying, such as forging. Sometimes I need to forge more than 10 items. So if this was forge 100, that would have been amazing. But of course, we don't have all that space in our inventory. So I guess that's what they're thinking of. Anyway, guys, this was the video. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.